Hello, this is Master Use, and I want to talk about lights. I have a RX10 Mark IV, and it's about equivalent to the Mark III. The Mark IV is way better, but when it comes to shooting at night, they're about the same. They don't do well in the dark. Okay? Well, I'm making movies. I want to make scary movies. Okay? So you've got to shoot at night. So, how do you overcome the problem? A lot of the cameras with low light, because if you run the ISO too high on the camera, you're going to have so much noise that the clip is not repairable a lot of times. Okay, if you can keep it with a little noise, you can get away with it. You can buy software to repair it. If you can find a way to prevent the noise at all, you're going to have a great night shot. So what is the difference in the lights we use? Well, to give you an idea, Candela. Candela is the strength of the light, all right? Lumen describes the amount of light. And lux indicates the illumination intensity of an area, okay? That's confusing, isn't it? It's very important. And I'll give you an example why. Lights have come down in price quite a bit. This is a simple, cheap light I got at a hardware store, and I put a piece of cloth across it to distribute the light better, all right? It helps give it a softer look. And now, this light's not so cheap. By the time I buy the light, buy the bulb, and then you have to have electricity to run the light, which works if I'm just outside the building. It won't work if you're out in the woods shooting a lot of times. You have to bring a generator in, then you got to deal with batteries or generator noise. Won't work. But this is a good way to start. If you've already got one hanging around, you can use one of these, put a fluorescent. You can even put something on there to adjust the intensity of the light if the fluorescent allows it. Not all fluorescents will allow it. Okay? This is a good way to start if you got access to electricity. Now, the camera light. The importance of the camera light is that the LEDs, how many LEDs are in it, and the size of the LED have a lot to do with the quality of the LED light. The trick is, a lot of people or companies from China, India, and Pakistan, all that, they will try to screw you over on these lights. Same light, change the description, charge you $10 more. Okay? Here's the trick. Remember I talked about Candela and Lux and Lumen? Some of the distributors will list that it will have so much light at 1.5 feet, so much light at 3 feet, and so much light at 9. So let's say it has 150 at 1.5 feet, 90 at 3 feet, and 45 at 9 feet. You see it's going down. Or the light might say that it has 150, 1.5, 150 at 3, 75 at 25 feet. That's not going to work for a scary movie. Okay? Now here's why. To get that good scary movie look, I need something that leaves a black background. I need it dark in the background. So I only want a light that's going to be throwing a decent amount of light at maybe 3, 4 feet max. I want it to dissipate. I don't want it to go 20 feet behind. It ruins the shot. It's not going to be a scary shot. Okay? So I want a light that's going to have about 3 to 4 foot at most illumination and leave me with a nice dark background. Very, very important to know that you got to look on the specs of the light. A lot of times they'll tell you what they'll do at 1.5, maybe 3 feet, maybe 9 feet. And if it's showing way past that, you got the wrong light. That's not a camera light. You don't want that on there. Okay? For example, this came from a hardware store. It has a battery in it. This is a great option because just like the other light, it's got its own battery. I can recharge it. I don't have to have a generator. I don't have to have electric course. Now, it may only run 45 minutes to an hour and a half. But this light here would show 40 feet back. It's not going to work for a camera light. Where I can use this light is as an overhead light to bring down maybe a rectangular or a cone shape of light to illuminate the area and make it easier on the camera light. Okay? By doing that, it may only illuminate a 10-foot area or 20-foot area, whereas if I point it towards the person, it may illuminate 20 feet behind him, and we don't want that. Okay? But we can use this cheap light, which has a stand, and some of these you can get on a stand that's about 4 feet tall, to make your overhead lighting. Okay? This will work. I can hang it. I can use it in certain other circumstances. But remember, you got to consider all that, how the light is, how far it's going to throw the light, how bright the light is, to determine if you got the right light to make your movie with. All right? I'm trying to go fast here because I see my battery's running out on the camera. This is Master Use. Bye-bye.